All right, welcome into another post-game episode of 4th and 5, presented by Ortho Arkansas. Do you want the good or the bad? I think y'all watched this channel long enough to know I'm going to keep it real, and let's go ahead and start with the bad. And I have to just say it, secondary. You know, I've been giving praises to them all day long. Today did not show up, and it happens. It happens all the time throughout the season. There's usually one bad game here or there, so this is the one. DBs, if you're paying attention, too many times I saw on tape. I know y'all are going to be looking at the exact same things on tape when it comes to the film room. Passing up on contact, late lining up, poor discipline when it comes to tackling. I mean, it was all over the field. And I hate to say it, there's a couple guys that they've been locks for me all season. You know, TJ Metcalf and, Robinson, number 13. A lot of these guys who've been making some big-time plays just not exactly sure what happened today, but in Monday's breakdown, I mean, let's tighten up and get ready because it's going to be some rough film to watch. That's just the way it is. And I always like to remind people when it comes to the criticism, in a win or loss, you're good. Come on, win or loss, criticism is always going to be pointed out because those are the things that make this team better. And the reason I'm kind of really going to emphasize the DBs on this one because they've been our bread and butter all season long to make this happen. This was the first time this year I've seen on tape just passing up and not being very physical on the defensive side of the ball. And there was a few plays where it was even just like, it almost seems like they didn't want to hit. And so I'm not exactly sure what goes behind that. Obviously, when you look at the points that were on the board today, Mississippi State only having 25, easily could have had 2 or 3 more touchdowns on the board. And I think a lot of it, once again, just comes to the secondary being out of place and not making tackles when they were there. Now, you also have to give a shout-out to find ways to keep them off of the board. I mean, game's never going to be perfect. Game always isn't going to be pretty. The goal, keep them out of the end zone, and Arkansas did just that. So, like I said, I hate giving a honest opinion on everything that happened in the game until I can go back and watch the tape. So a lot of tape to review from this one. So y'all just get geared up and ready for the breakdown come Monday morning. All right, let's get to the good. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. And obviously, a lot of points on the board, but I'm going to start with freshman running back Braylen Russell, who got the nod today. And it was fun watching this guy run, man. Offensive line opening up holes, staying on blocks. I'm going to give them a little bit more praise here in just a second. But as good as the day my guy had, and it's going to be really good for our offense moving forward, having an option like that in our backfield, man, you know we got to dog you a little bit. I mean, had a chance to take it about 70 to the house. Monkey just jumped on the back. Little conditioning in the offseason. Get a little bigger with that stride. Keep that little burst going. We've all been there before. I've been there before. There's probably some guys who are extremely fast that have never been there before. But, Braylen, we're just messing with you. It was very fun and special watching you play today. To go along with that offensive line really showed up beyond the amazing edge blocking. I mean, they got out on the edge, and that's why Braylen had so many huge lanes to run through. I mean, he went about 7-8 yards sometimes on these big-time rush plays without even being touched. Big nod to the offensive line on that. And also when it comes to pass protection. Yes, I know Mississippi State has the worst defense in the SEC, bottom across the board on every single category, but it's still the SEC, y'all. The communication before the snap was so promising to see, making sure that Taylon had all the time in the world. And then go to Taylon Green, who we've been talking about. He has to be able to be accurate and hit the plays when they present themselves, and he was money today. I really haven't seen the numbers of his percentage of completion. I would assume it's high, but it was really fun seeing him stay in the pocket and make the throws when he needed to. And obviously his ability to make plays with his legs, very special, even on the first touchdown. But the times that he scrambled, the biggest difference between this week and weeks in the past, he only scrambled when he had to. So many times we've shown you on tape here on 4th and 5 when he gets out of the pocket a little bit too soon. This was the first game where he was comfortable in that pocket. Yes, a lot of it has to do with the protection he got from the offensive line, but it's really good seeing him trust that offense and let these plays develop. And I'm telling y'all would a glimpse into what this offense can be. Okay. I don't want to put too much on this game because the team we were playing was awful. But I'm telling you, once this team understands the concepts of the Coach Petrino offense at that level, that's what it will look like to them when they play these other teams. The game will slow down and all these guys we've been playing that seem to be running in 1,000 miles an hour, that stuff will slow down for them, and they're going to see it coming, and then the offensive production will skyrocket. So that's a real good nod for our offense today. But once again, still so much to talk about in this game on the breakdown, because Ole Miss, when they're watching this tape, I'm telling you this, Jackson Dart is probably licking his chops right now, just with the kind of uncertainty sometimes in the secondary from what they showed on tape today, and a little bit against Ole Miss. I did see some adjustments that Coach Williams made to try to give those DBs some help by dropping those linebackers. You would see Landon Jackson and Janoku, hopefully I'm saying his name right. You see them drop into the flat to give some help for the DB underneath. And so we are working on some things to help out and kind of make the areas that we're weak a little bit stronger, but still so much to prep for the rest of the season, because this was I would say like a little, okay, let's get back on track game. And then it's next week is going to be, once again, welcome back to the show. It's some big boy SEC ball. Still a lot of football ahead. 5 wins on the season, just 1 win away from being bowl eligible. That's a lock in my opinion. If we don't get to a bowl game, something was rigged and sabotaged. All right, it's just going to be how many more past 6 we can get. And what we've seen on tape this year, as critical as I am all the time, still, all the losses we had this year, there was enough mistakes made that were our fault that kept us from being in the ball game, at least the last drive of the game. And that says a lot. Some teams can't say that. And so when it comes to the rest of the year, I know a lot of people are looking at Ole Miss, Texas, Missouri as like, ooh, hopefully we just get that La Tech game so we can get bowl eligible. I'm telling you, those other ones, there's some room there to do something special. It's just going to be what type of team wants to show up. How nice would this be if the offense and defense showed up on the same day? I'm sorry. Shout out to our special teams kicker doing his thing, hitting those field goals. If we start putting the pieces together, this team could be special. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune in Monday morning for our breakdown. We got a new special edition coming too. Something to do with some picks. Very excited to announce a new partner that we have here on 4th and 5. Let's keep that channel, keep growing. Hit that subscribe button. See y'all Monday.